Alright, so this is a quick lesson on solving systems of equations by elimination using addition. So the steps for this are to eliminate one variable by adding the two equations. Then we're going to solve the resulting equation. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll substitute back into one of the equations and solve for the second variable. So if we take a look here at the first example, alright, again this is solving by addition. So all we're going to do is add the two equations. Alright, so when we add these two equations, 2x plus 3x is 5x. 5y plus negative 5y, remember this is negative 5y right there. So that's going to give us 0y, which is just 0. So that variable is the one that's going to get eliminated. Hence the reason it's called the elimination method. Alright, so then we add on the other side of the equal side 10 and 5 and we get 15. Alright, so the next step was to solve. Alright, so we're going to solve this by dividing by 5. We end up with x is equal to 3. Okay, and then the last step was to substitute back into one of the equations and solve for the second variable. So I'm going to take the first equation and substitute in the x is equal to 3 and solve. So 2 times 3 plus 5y is equal to 10. So it'll be 6 plus 5y equals 10. We're going to subtract 6 from both sides. We get 5y is equal to 4. And then when we divide by 5, we end up with y is equal to 4/5. Alright, so the order pair solution for that example is going to be 3 and 4/5. Alright, in our second example, we're going to go ahead and add those two. And again, we're adding because one of the variables will get eliminated. In this case, it's the x variable. So then we'd have negative 4y plus 2y would give us negative 2y equals 12 plus negative 18 would give us negative 6. So we're going to solve that equation by dividing by negative 2. We end up with y is equal to 3. Alright, so then again, we substitute back into one of the original equations. It does not matter which equation, so I'll just take the first one. 3x minus 4y equals 12. We're going to take that 3 and substitute it in, so it would be 3x minus 4 times 3 equals 12. Go ahead and multiply. 3x minus 12 equals 12. Then we're solving this equation. We would add 12 to both sides. We get 3x is equal to 24. Then we're going to divide each side by 3. And that will give us x is equal to 8. Okay, so then the order pair solution would be 8, 3. Alright, in the third example again, we're looking to eliminate one of the variables. So if we look, we can add, and that's going to cancel that out, that's going to cancel that out, and on the right hand side we would get 18. Alright, so everything gets canceled out on the left hand side, so then it becomes 0 is equal to 18. And 0 equals 18. Is that true or false? Well, that's a false statement. So, since it's false, this system of equations would have no solution. Okay? Alright, now if we look at the fourth example, we're going to add these two together. That'll get the x is canceled out. It also cancels out the y. And when we do 8 plus negative 8, we end up getting 0. So we end up with 0 is equal 0. That is going to be a true statement. And since it gives us a true statement, it is infinitely many solutions. Alright, so there's a quick lesson on solving systems of equations using addition. We're just going to add to try and eliminate one of the variables. Just remember, if you eliminate both variables, then it's either going to be no solution or infinitely many solutions. Alright.